Welcome to another episode of The Raw Truth. As always, I'm your host, BX Bad Boy. And today we're going to continue so-called family. Some bullshit I want to put out there, and I don't care who hears it. As I said, we're going to be talking about so-called family 2. Now, I don't get it. It's getting on my last nerve that people don't understand the fucking simple concept of family. It's very simple. You don't betray, you don't turn over bullshit. So I'll put the scenario out there, and you tell me am I right or wrong, or what have you. So I come in from the garage, I close the door, I come into my room, and my so-called brother comes out, starts flipping out. Who slammed the door? Nobody slammed it. I closed it with my fucking hand. He said it was enough to rattle the whole house. Are you fucking kidding me? Can you be more of a drama fucking queen? So I said nobody fucking did that shit. I closed the door and it didn't slam. Big argument through my door, whatever. Then today or yesterday, let's see, I'll put it in specifics. Yesterday, I believe, yesterday he tells me, this is not up for debate, negotiation, or discussion. Every time I'm awakened by the door slamming between 11 and 7 and 5 a.m., I am deducting $20 from what I offered to pay. So my response to that was, fuck off. And then he continued to badge, continued to talk shit. I told him if he doesn't stop, I'm gonna block him. So I did. Then I told him I want my damn Easy Pass back. Because no, fuck you. Oh, now he tells me to fuck off like a child. And I said, no problem. I'm going to deactivate it. It's deactivated. He goes, hey, are you acting like a child? No, you're the one being a child with the name calling. I'm fed up with him thinking because he put some money into this house, which is a lousy $200, when this house's budget is $2,500. Doesn't help around the house, doesn't lift a fucking finger, and when he does it wrong. And not wrong like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. He loads the dishwasher wrong. He takes out the garbage when he fucking feels like it, even if it's garbage day and he doesn't take it out. He'll take it out the next day. No, you take it out for garbage day. End of story. That's when the garbage goes out. I don't need the garbage sitting there for another 2 weeks or another week until the next garbage turn. Now, I was going to get around to it. When? Not when you fucking feel like it. Everything has a date and time. Stick to it, or what the fuck good are you? So, his $200, fuck him and his fucking $200. That doesn't do shit. So, I didn't turn around and blocked him on Facebook because he threatened to block me. No problem. I'll get to it before you. And not because I'm trying to outdo him, but if you're going to threaten me when you're the one in the wrong, guess what? Bye-bye. You ain't shit. Step off. Kick rocks. You name it, do it. So tell me, am I right or wrong? I know for a fact I didn't slam the fucking door. But then you're going to threaten to take away money. I'd like to see you do that to a landlord, an actual landlord, and tell them, I don't like the way you are behaving. I don't like how landlording you're doing, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to deduct money from the rent since I don't like the way you do things. You make too much noise when you're working in the building. I like to see how that flies. He's taking advantage of the fact is he offered the money. He's taking advantage that I'm not an actual landlord. That's a piece of shit. Plain and simple. You're trying to take advantage of your position to suit you. Brother. Oops, sorry. That was, what's that called? A Freudian slip. It's this simple, okay? If this happens all the time, you have an argument with me, but you don't deduct money saying fuck the house, fuck what you need, fuck the food, fuck the rent, fuck the bills. I'm gonna be a little girl. You woke me up, huff and puff. No, that's not how it works. That's not family. That's a piece of shit. So, you tell me, is that right or wrong? That he can deduct money from the money he offered us, finally, years later, to help with the house, that he can just deduct as he sees fit because he's unhappy that he got woken up and he blames us. Now, don't get me wrong, my father sometimes does make lots of noise and wakes him up, but my father's also 70 years old. He's got brain issues and he's not exactly up to par. He's going to make these dumbass mistakes. So you think it's okay that you stop giving us money to help with the house because he woke you up? Okay, what are you, a fucking child? You're not going to do what I want, so I'm not going to do what you want. That's not how family's supposed to work. And that's not how you're supposed to work when it comes to survival. When you two are trying to survive, you don't hold money back. I'm not going to give you the money. Fuck you. You made me angry. You woke me up, huff and puff. That means you care more about your sleep and getting your way than the house. Well, then fuck you. Simple. Fuck you. Tell me if I'm wrong. So, I may have an extreme view on family. It's all or nothing, or what's the point? You don't turn on family. Even when they turn on you. I have got plenty of my family members that turned on me or accused me of being a certain way. I got into a fight with my sister, I mentioned many episodes back, and now she's afraid of me. And not like the way it sounds, but now she doesn't believe she can trust whether or not I'm going to hurt her if we get into a verbal battle or a fight. And that's fine. I'm not mad at her for that. There's no way I would hurt her unless she laid her hands on me. But I wouldn't actually go and hurt her, no matter how angry she made me. Will I get in her face? Will I lick her cheek? Will I do something that would annoy the fuck out of her because she made me mad? Hell yeah. Hurt her? No. But she feels otherwise. And that's fine. I ain't mad at that. I really aren't. But that's still turning on me. I've known that girl almost 25, 30 years. And she gonna sit here and think that I would ever hurt her on purpose. You know, shit, accidents happen. And I'm not talking about losing your temper and hurting someone. I'm talking about, I was carrying a box and it slipped out of my hand and landed on her skull. That's an accident. Me beating over the head with that box is on purpose. Makes no sense. And then, I thought this, I thought that. You're not going to disrespect me. And you're not going to say some foul shit like, oh, the only reason why you're here is so I can cater to you? I don't care if you did it just to upset me. Fuck you. That's like me calling you a thief just to make you angry. Because that's pushing it too far. You go too far and you start hurting people like that. That's just wrong. That's petty and that's just unacceptable. So I snapped. Now she thinks that it's unsafe if we get into a fight. Whatever. I think it's more unsafe if I get into a fight with her because everybody in the party says it and I don't care if she denies it. She approached me with her fist balled up. She spit her food at me. She threw her food all over my backyard. You're the one that seems to be more dangerous in that scenario. But that's turning on your family. I don't care if she sees this video and be mad at me. It's the truth. I have my faults. I fucked up. End of story. But no matter how bad I fucked up, everything you do is up to you and on your shoulders, and you have to own it. I own my shit. I fucked up. No question. And I own that. And to the day I die, I will own that shit. Nobody owns their shit anymore. Everybody blames someone else. If I punch you in the face and you stab me, you got to own up to taking it to a next extreme. It was really unnecessary to stab me. You could have just punched me back. No, you went to the lengths to stab me and almost kill me. You got to own that. Not say, well, if you never punched me, I would never have stabbed you. I don't give a fuck. You have to own that shit. I own punching you in the face. I fucked up. And I deserve to get punched in the face back. End of story. Don't deserve to get stabbed like an animal or by an animal. So when you go to the next extreme and you go to the point of really trying to hurt somebody, that's too far. And you have to own that shit. When I was 17 years old, and I will never live this down, and I will never not have nightmares about this. When I was 17 years old, I got into a fight with my older sister. And no matter what I said to her, it didn't hurt. For the most part, she laughed at me. And I said something that I don't care that she forgave me. It's unforgivable. She was hurting me so bad, verbally. I was so out of it that I almost don't remember what I said. I do know, don't worry, every last word. But it feels like I don't know what I said. Almost like I blacked out when I spoke. But because I'm a man who's basically a man of his word, my words, when they come out my mouth, they echo in my brain. I told my sister that I hoped she would die giving birth, and so would my niece. That's how hurt she made me. And I just reached for whatever I knew would hurt her most. I'm not excusing it, I'm just explaining it. There's no excuse for it. But I own that shit. It burns in my fucking soul. And there's no excuse. There's an explanation, but no excuse. Everybody else makes excuses. Oh, you this, you that, you this, you that. Pushing all the blame on other people instead of swallowing what they've done. Like cowards. Makes me sick. It's like what I said made me sick. Still does. I have to look my niece in the face. Knowing what I said, whether I meant it or not, is irrelevant. Does that make me a horrible person? I've been contemplating that for the last, I think my niece is 25. I think so. She's at least 21. For 21 years at least, I've been contemplating, am I a horrible person? You tell me. You think I'm horrible? Tell me. I feel horrible. But I still face my niece. And the reason why, if my niece doesn't know what happened, is because her mother told me not to say shit. And out of respect for her, I haven't said anything that I'm aware of. And if I said it, then I said it. And like I said, I fucking own it. Good, bad, or indifferent, I own that shit. It'd be nice if other people own their shit. But we become a race of cowards. Nobody wants to own up. There's an old saying that I grew up on. If you can't do the time, you shouldn't do the crime. That simple. Don't get me wrong. I'm not suggesting that all people that commit crimes or break the law, not all criminals, but in the law's eyes they would be. You go, okay, I committed the crime. Now I go to the police. I did it. That's not what I'm talking about. But if you get caught and busted, own that shit. I'm not telling you to plead guilty, per se. But own that shit. And this is more towards relationships. Between you and me, so on and so forth. If when we fuck up, we need to own that shit. I'll repeat that shit until I can't talk no more one day. Own that shit. You coward ass bitch. So, you tell me. Anything I said was wrong? Tell me in the comments what you think. I'm not going to argue with you about it. We'll discuss it if it makes sense. I'll agree and I'll concede. But if you don't make any sense, and I'm not conceding, it doesn't make any sense. But if you pull up a valid point, I'll concede to it. It is what it is. I just wish more people would own up to their shit. We'd have less fights, less wars, less trouble. Better relationships. What's the one thing women can't stand about men? And I only say that because most women deal with men, even though lesbians deal with females. There's more, from what I can tell statistically, female to male. So they deal with it more. The one thing all couples want. One thing. Truth. That's owning up to your shit. It's the one thing that every couple can say is the biggest problem in their relationship, is whether or not their spouse is owning up to their shit. If you can prove me wrong, like legitimately prove me wrong, I'll own it. Yesterday, got into an argument with, I guess we'll say sister, about where Martin Luther King was killed. Now, my brain plays off the movie, how he got killed at the podium on the stage. But all this research I've done thus far, and what she'd done, he was killed on a balcony of his house. So I'm going to have to go with that's probably the truth. What I remember isn't. So she proved me that he was killed on his balcony, and I conceded and said I was wrong. I didn't have to. She didn't even ask me to. But I was wrong. So I owned it. Even though it kind of made me feel like a fucking moron, I still owned it. You proved me wrong. I own that. We all need to own it. You fuck up, you own that shit. Be a man, be a woman, be an adult. Own that shit.